Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well and have a time to watch the next episode of the most interesting urban development news I found in recent days. And by the way, I make these episodes weekly, so subscribe to the channel not to miss the future content. At the end of April, German rail operator DB Regio will start operating on the lines of the Cologne S-Bahn modernized ET424 suburban trains, which recently received the German Design Award 2024. These trains were manufactured 25 years ago, and all 123 trains are to be modernized by the end of 2026 at a budget of 350 million euros, which should significantly improve the quality of service provided to passengers. The upgraded trains will have completely new interiors, more space for people with disabilities, bicycles, strollers and luggage, and also large information displays. The wagons will also have Wi-Fi and charging outlets for gadgets. After the modernization, each train will be able to carry 508 passengers instead of 434 and 18 bicycles instead of 9 before the renovation. Meanwhile, in the United States has started construction of the Brightline West high-speed rail line, which is supposed to connect Southern California and Las Vegas. Yep, that's right, Southern California, because the final station is not going to be in some big city, but in Rancho Cucamonga, which is 40 miles from Los Angeles. Of course, I have nothing against the city, but it still seems a little bit strange, although there is probably some reason for it. The total length of the line is supposed to be about 350 kilometers, and trains on it should be able to reach speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour, so this project is presented as the first true high-speed rail system in the United States. The journey to Las Vegas should take 2 hours, which is twice as fast as by car. The project received $3 billion of funding from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act, and the rest will be privately funded. The total budget is currently estimated at $12 billion. The line is scheduled to be launched in 2028, when Los Angeles will host the Olympic Games. The Finnish capital Helsinki is preparing to open the Keisantanelli bicycle and pedestrian tunnel, which will run under the railway tracks of the main station. This tunnel reduces the distance from one side of the tracks to the other by about 600 meters, and it also allows cyclists to avoid traffic lights at 4 intersections in front of the railway station. In early summer, we'll also open an underground bicycle garage connected to this tunnel with 900 parking spaces. In addition to the bike parking spaces themselves, it will also have a bicycle washing station and charging points for electric bikes. The tunnel is 220 meters long and 8 meters wide, 4 of which will be for the bike lane and 3.5 meters for the sidewalk, and it is expected to be used by up to 10,000 cyclists a day. Construction has been underway since 2021. The process was long and challenging, as the tunnel was built under existing rail tracks at the busy main train station. For example, it was important to carefully plan the support trenches and rock excavation, and to do them in the presence of train traffic and in a short time frame. But otherwise, everything is ready, and the grand opening is scheduled for May 4. In Dresden, Germany, there was a scandal over a bike lane. At the beginning of April, a temporary bike lane was added to the Laschwitz Bridge to replace one of the car lanes. This was done as an experiment to study how it would affect traffic in the city, and was supposed to last until June. But just a week later, the lane was removed ahead of schedule because traffic jams started to appear on the bridge. Opponents of the bike lane insisted that it paralyzed traffic on the bridge, while the authors of the idea from the Green Party argued that a week was too short a time for drivers to adjust and to achieve any relevant result. But in the end, the lane was removed. By the way, on Google Panoramas, one of the lanes is blocked for repairs, and I wonder if there was a scandal over this back then. Well, what can I say? Of course, a week is a very short time for such experiments, and here it seems there was a failure in communication, and the decision was eventually pushed through by the one who screamed the loudest. And that's an institutional failure. Meanwhile, a very strange thing is happening in Munich, also Germany. The local transportation company Stadtwerke München spent 5 million euros on designing a tram line through the English Garden Park. They were sure they would get a building permit, but in the end, the state government banned the project, citing the protection of the garden as an architectural landmark. The fact is that the owner of the English Garden is not the city of Munich, but Free State of Bavaria. And now the sides are negotiating, and the transport company is trying to somehow convince the government to give them permission. At the same time, back in 2017, the Bavarian government allowed the city to develop a project for such a line. In short, it's a very strange story, and it is not yet clear how it will end. By the way, today is my birthday, so you can congratulate me, for example, with a subscription to Patreon. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.